Hey guys, thanks for checking out the video. I'm Jesse with Jesse's Garage and Adventures, and today I've got a set of these Rimthin LED headlight bulbs. This kit that I have is actually a high beam and low beam headlight kit. My truck is 9005 and H11 bulbs. This will replace the factory halogen style bulb. I will show you how to disassemble the headlights, remove them, plug the lights in. I'll show you a before and after of the halogens to the LEDs, and I'll show you an unboxing. So let's get to it. First I'm going to show you the unboxing, then we'll be right back here to install them. Alright guys, let's do a little unboxing of the headlights. They came in this nice little package. I got no damage, so we're happy with that. Half the time Amazon can't deliver anything without damaging it. Rimthin, ooh, nice foam packaging. We've got our lights in here. Let's see, which one is this supposed to be? This is a 9005. Pretty good looking bulb. It's got a nice heat sink on the back of it. We've got 4 packaged nicely in here. These are the H11s, 9005. So I believe the 9005s are the low beams. Then the H11s are the high beams. And then it's got a little fan in here. Okay, so the first thing that you need to do is remove the headlight housings. You've got a bolt right here. There's a bolt under this piece of trim. And then there's one down here. And then there's one bolt right down here. So I'll go ahead and remove them. They're all 10mm bolts. It shouldn't take but a minute. Remember to grab any shims or anything that may be attached under the headlights. My truck's got 2 right here. It's probably a good idea to go ahead and remove this trim across the radiator, but I'm just going to do it without it. So these are the shims. Put them somewhere they're not going to get lost. Pull your bolt out. And then you just need to kind of shimmy the headlight out. So over here in the corner of the headlight, it's got these little tabs right here. They line up into these holes, so you just have to make sure that they come out smoothly. And then once you have the headlight housing removed, just go ahead and pull it all the way out. Flip it over to where you can easily access the back of it. So right here I got my H11 bulb, and I got my 9005. So what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and pull them out one at a time, and I'll take extra care not to touch the actual LED parts when I install the new ones. We'll start with the H11. You just unclip it, rotate it, pull the bulb out. So I currently have the H11 bulb right here. We'll just slide this one back in, and we'll plug it back in. And then we'll go ahead and remove the 9005. Alright, now that those are reconnected, we can just reinstall the headlight housing. So something that I didn't note earlier is that there is this little tab right here on the headlight housing. It needs to clip into here. You have to actually tuck the front corner up behind this grill here first. Line up those pegs that I was telling you about. Then just slide it in. Start off by just hand threading one of the bolts in. You pick up your shims that you just took out. You slide them back behind the headlight to make sure that everything's aligned the same way it was. You grab another bolt. Start that one by hand. And you grab your last bolt and go ahead and start it. So I have an aftermarket bumper. Some things are a little easier to access on my truck. It may not be as easy. With the factory bumper, you've got like a trim plastic that goes along the bumper. You may have to remove that. Give it a little crank. They don't need to be really tight. And then I always go back with a ratchet just to make sure that everything's tight by hand. Okay. Okay. Then we'll go on to the next side. Process is the same on both sides. Okay, got to be careful not to lose your bolts or your shims. And just like the other side, we're going to start with the H11, remove the connector, unplug the light. We're not going to touch it. I'm going to reach into here, grab the H11 bulb. Plug it back in. Undo the, well, first you got to undo the connector, because if you don't, it's hard to get it off. Remove the bulb. Grab the last 9005. Slide it in there, connect it, and put the headlight back together. It's honestly a really easy job. Just about anybody can do it at home. There's no reason to pay somebody else to do this kind of stuff. We'll start out by just hand threading this one on. We'll slide those shims under the other bracket. And we'll slide this guy in. Honestly, I just way over torqued that. Don't be like me, don't use an impact. Grab your ratchet like I told you to do. Let's see if I can back this off a little bit. It hopefully doesn't break. I don't know, I might have ruined that, but the headlight's tight. Ignore all my wonkiness here. This truck was in a wreck and I just haven't replaced all that stuff. What's nice about this is all the bulbs they're going to be in nice shape just in case. You might as well keep them just in case anything ever happens, or in case you decide you don't like the color, you want to switch back. But that's all there is to it. Now that we've switched the bulbs, let's go ahead and test everything, make sure it all works before we pack everything up. All right, those ones are both on. And the high beams are all on. So looks like everything's working. We'll snap on over to the before and after here in a few minutes. One thing you guys do need to remember is you may need to adjust the headlights since you've had them out and you're messing with them. It just takes a little Allen or a flat screwdriver, and there's a little fitting here. You can turn it up or down and that will aim your headlights, because especially now that we're switching to LEDs, you don't want to have an incredibly bright headlight pointing up towards other people's eyes and can blind other drivers. You want to be safe. You don't want to be one of those guys. These are just so you guys can see the brightness of my current headlights. They are just a like Sylvanian normal halogen bulb. Nothing special. They've got a pretty decent cutoff. Let's go click the high beams on. There's the high beams. Alright, this is with the new LED lights. They're pretty bright. They've got a pretty sharp cutoff. I need to aim them down a little bit. They're aimed a little bit high. Now I'll go ahead and hit the brights. You can see the brights kind of shoot over that fence. They are really bright. But yeah, and then we'll do a little walk around of the truck. They're a lot more white instead of a yellow color. They look good. And just for demonstration, I will click my fog lights on. So now you can kind of hardly... So with the fog lights on, it's a lot harder to tell that they're on. The fog lights used to way overpower the headlights. And you can tell right in the center that they still create a hot spot in the center, but overall, they're much brighter. This is an older video that I put out on these actual pod lights. This is just to compare the before and after. So in this video, it's the halogen bulbs, and I'm clicking the lights on and off, and then what you just saw was the LED bulbs, obviously. And here's just a little side-by-side footage. Please forgive me, I'm not very good at editing yet. Alright guys, and as always, I would like to thank you for taking a few minutes to check out the video. If you've got any questions or, any thoughts, please leave them in the comments below. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Alright guys, have a good day. See ya.